Hello everyone. So today I would like to share a few words about the console applications and ways how you can parse the arguments passed to the console application. Now I realize today that this is still a bit of a struggle for some of the developers, and maybe this video might be helpful for some of you. Well, obviously the good way to start with a console application is to open a Visual Studio and create a new project of a type of console application. So I'm going to just go ahead and click next, and I'm going to name mine ARCS printer, something like this. Nothing really smart. I just want to show you how this works. And why not .NET 7.0? Let's just create. It doesn't really matter the version, the process is more or less the same. So as I said, there are multiple ways how to do this, but this is just the way how I'm parsing parameters, and so far, I was quite happy with the ways how this works. Great. So I'm getting my template, and while this is still loading, I can just, if you're not familiar with the console applications are a type of the applications which are running through the command line. They don't have a graphic user interface there, so they're essentially textual applications. However, you can build in any kind of logic inside. You can, process whatever you want in the background, and you can just pass the parameters to the console application by, passing them, with a minus, for instance, name, and then you put the first name and last name. You will just figure it out right now. So as you may see, we got a console application with a hello world text. Very simple, basic template. So what I want to do now is I want to pass a few parameters to this console application using the properties, and then I will have here, I believe, debug, and then open debug launch profile UI, and then here I'm able to pass the command line arguments. So I will just say that I'm going to pass parameter C, and then I will say this is size of 8. It's like the channel name. And then what else? I'm going to say year, and then this is 2023. So these are my parameters that I want to pass to the application. Okay, I'm just going to close this and run the program, and I can show you how you can access those parameters for the start. So you can say something. Let's just copy this quickly. And I can say here something like arcs, and then I can get the index 0. Maybe it would be better to do it like this. So 1, 2, 3. So this is what I saw that might have did today. And this is, not really the best way how to do this. So let me show you what is going to happen when I play this. So just give it a second until it builds. Okay, and then here it is. It went to another screen. So I get hello world. So you see the arguments. I actually have 4 of them. First is -c, size of 8, year, and then 2023. So all great, but of course the way how I'm accessing this is quite terrible, because for instance, one can just change and say that, minus year is in the first position and the C is somewhere below. So what I want to do is I would like to have actually a class which is representing those properties. And to do this, I'm using a library called CommandLine, guess what? Parser. So I'm just going to go on my solution, manage package, and I'm going to browse, and I'm going to say command line. Great, it's already suggested, so you might see it. And I'm going to install this in my project called ARCS printer. So let it go, and should be installed quite swiftly here. Very well. So what I want to do now is I want to build a class which represents my arguments. And in this case, I'm going to call this something like, I don't know, tutorial model, something like this. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make the class public, and I'm going to represent the values here with the 2 properties. I'm going to say string channel I'm going to give him a getter and setter, and then I'm going to say also here, I'm going to say string as well, and I'm going to pass a year. Okay, not very well. Oopsie. Nice. Now it's better. So now what else do I need to do? This library gives me opportunity to specify attributes for each one of those properties so that it can parse the arguments correctly. So this attribute has the name option, and what I can pass here is I can pass, for instance, short name, and let's say I'm passing a C, and then what else can have? It can have a long name. I can say channel, and what else does it have? I can say, is it, for instance, required? I can say that this is required, and then what I can, oopsie, what else? I can say help text. This is the name of the channel. Very well. So I have those guys. Let me just minimize this quickly. I'm just going to copy this thing here, and I'm going to say that this is actually a year, and required, let's say true, and this is the current year. Okay, a bit weird that you're passing current year as a parameter. And let's say that here I want to pass something else. Why not description? Thank you very much. And I'm going to say that this is a D. Description required is false, right? This is the description. Very well. So I have my three properties in my model, and now the question is, how am I converting those arguments that I built inside this very beautiful model? And it is one-liner, so it's very, very simple. What I can do here, I can say var parameters equals, and then we're going to call the parser, and I'm going to call a default one, and I'm going to tell him to parse arguments and of my model, and my model is called tutorial model. And I'm going to pass here arguments as an argument to this parse method, and that's essentially it. It's very, very clean. So I can delete this guys here, and let me just play the application, and let me see, is this going to work as expected? So it hit hello world. Might give it a, I didn't put a breakpoint, which is not very wise. So let me have it here, and then parameters, value, and then you see here I have a channel, size of 8, year 2023, and let me validate that this is correct. So C is size of 8, year 2023. So what is going to happen if I delete these guys? So I'm just going to pass a C. Remember, if I go here to the model, I said that the year is required. So if I play this now again, something should happen, and it tells me exactly that this is required. It gives me the model, it gives me all the information. It tells me, hey, I can actually call help as well to display the help on the screen. So what can you do to, to not go forward in the application? You can say something like, if parameters that errors that any, then you can say something like, I don't know, console, let's make the foreground color to be color, let's say yellow or red. Why not red? Red is a bit crazy, and then we can just say return here, but maybe it's wise to write line, and we can say required parameters are missing, shutting down, something like this. Parameters like this. Okay, let us play it again. Let's see, is this going to work as expected? So this text should be read now. It's taking unusually long. but I think we can wait for a second or two. At least you can forward the video as soon as it hits. Oops. Hopefully I didn't play the pause or something. Let me just restart the video. Sorry, not the video, but the application. I might have to kill my console app, and then let me just do it again. And here it is. So it gave me immediately the result, and as you see here, this color here is red, so this works as expected. So it is really one-liner. It will make your code much easier, much cleaner. You don't have to access specific indexes there, which is really good. And yeah, you will be able to write your console applications much more efficiently. So I hope that this was helpful, and yeah, I would like to thank you for your time and wish you a great time writing your new console applications.